So hello everyone, uh, welcome to Captain Science, and today I'm going to discuss about the electrical system of Airbus A320. So basically I'm thinking that this topic is a very huge topic. So I'm thinking to divide it into two parts. So first part, today is the first part, that is generation of power. So here I will discuss about how the AC power and DC power are generated. What are the components of the whole electrical system, and in the part 2 I will describe the how the system works, how the components of the Airbus A320 electrical system works, and what are the situations that occurs in the emergency situations, basically, like that. So without any further delay, let's dive into today's topic. So first of all, the generation of power. So like each and every aircraft, so Airbus A320 also having two systems, one that is DC power system and one that is AC power system. So basically, some components which runs on DC power, so it the electricity is provided by the DC power system, and some components which runs on the AC power, so that are provided to the AC power system. So here is a very little diagram over this. So I'll just discussing it. So first of all, generator 1 and generator 2. Okay, I'm sorry for the ink. So these are the two generators. Basically, they are called IDG, which is integrated driven generator, which are the two engines actually. So this is engine 1 and this is engine 2. So these two engines runs the IDGs, the integrated driven generator, which supplies a amount of current to this AC bus 1 and AC bus 2. This is a general linkage. So why this have a general leakage? Because if in somehow the generator 1 fails or the generator 2 fails, basically for engine 2 fails or engine 1 fails, so either system will take over the system, take over the whole electrical supply. Okay, and if two of the generators are off, basically in the ground when the engines are not running, so the APU will be supplying the power. And if we are the aircraft is parked in a near a aero bridge, so basically the ground external power will be connected to supply to the AC bus. So the AC bus basically feeding this AC essential bus. Okay, so what is this AC essential bus? The essential bus is a bus from which the essential components are connected. I'm repeating this thing, that essential components are connected through the AC essential bus. So when there is no power, so the essential components, basically this essential components are only be powered by AC essential bus. Okay, so when there is no power at the time of cold and dark startup like that, so then the AC essential bus will just power up the essential components to start the aircraft. Okay, or in the emergency time also, this bus will supply to the essential components. So like that, the DC essential bus is over also here. So the essential components which runs on DC power, so basically that supplies by the DC essential bus. So the AC essential bus is also connected with TR1, and the AC bus 2 basically connected with the TR2. Okay, so what are TRs? So TRs are basically transformer rectifiers which converts the AC current to DC current. Okay, so here also the AC current is converted to DC current. So like that, the AC bus 1 will supply the DC bus 1 and DC bus 2 DC current basically. So then the DC bus 1 and DC bus 2 basically connected to the DC battery bus. So what the work of the battery bus is to charge the batteries. These are the batteries of the aircraft. Okay, I'll show you in a minute where the switches are over the overhead panel actually, and this also supplies this battery bus actually supplies to the DC essential bus. I'm sorry for these things. So this is the DC essential bus. Okay, so this both of the batteries basically supplies to the DC essential bus, which runs the essential components which runs on DC power. So here is a very interesting component which is static inverter. Okay, so at the time of the cold and dark startup, I will tell it in a moment. This is a very interesting component actually. So at the type of cold and dark startup, when each and every systems are off, so this guy has a very interesting role actually. So the batteries are both on. So to run the AC essential component, so the you can see that the battery bus is directly connected to the batteries are connected to the DC essential bus. So the static inverter basically comes in the picture, and that converts the DC power to AC, and it runs to the AC essential bus. Okay, so both the AC essential and essential buses are fed by the battery when there is no power in the aircraft. Only that is in the cold and dark startup. Okay, so let's move to the next topic. So I have briefly discussed about those things in the picture. So now we'll just generally discuss. So there are AC generators. So there is a IDG, external power, emergency generator, APU, and static inverter. So what is IDG? IDG I have told you earlier that is the Indian integrated driven generators basically. So generator 1 and generator 2 basically they are run by the engine, provide 90 kilovolt ampere, 115 to 200 volts at the rate of 400 hertz. Okay, so this is a three-phase generator that gives the supplies the power to the aircraft. Okay, so when the aircraft engines are not running, okay, when the aircraft at the ground, all the engines are off or either uh, it is failed. So you can probably recall this Sully movie. If you haven't watched, so go and watch it. You will have a brief description about what is teaching and what happens when the aircraft totally lost is to both of the engines. So whether both the engines are fails, and when the aircraft is on ground, so basically the APU is used to supply the power. So APU is basically has the capacity to replace replace either or both the engines at the time. Okay, so as you can see over here, so this APU can supply both the AC buses. Okay, so this is how the APU works. So same voltage supply, that is 115 volt, 450 hertz, 400 hertz actually, sorry. So this two IDG and the APU is controlled by the GCU, which is generator control unit. Okay, so the generator control unit is basically used to control the power supply to the whole system. So now the external power or the ground power, you can say, many over times that is also said that ground power. Okay, so this is only the aircraft when it is parked near aero bridge basically, or sometimes the generator is connected. So that is actually, so it actually having the same voltage 115 volt and 400 hertz. That is NLG means nose landing gear. So there is a linkage in the nose landing gear which is connected, and that supplies totally to the aircraft basically. So as you can see, this is the external power. Okay, so this supplies the whole aircraft. So now the emergency generator. Okay, so what is the emergency generator actually? So emergency generator is a generator which is driven by the blue hydraulic system. So when the generator comes in, so let's go to that picture again, and let's say that generator 1 is faulty, generator 2 is faulty. Somehow you assume that both the engines are failed and the APU is also failed. You're on the air. Okay, so what happens? There is no supply of air in AC bus 1 and AC bus 2. So there is no electricity actually. So when the AC bus fails, then the blue hydraulics, there is a rat actually. There is a system called ram air turbine, which actually extend below the aircraft, and that is a like a small fan which basically pressurizes the blue hydraulic system. Okay, so what happens is when the both AC valves are fault, the ram air turbine extends, and that pressurize the blue hydraulic system, which is a low pressure, that is 2500 psi. Basically, the systems are having 3000 psi pressure. Okay, so this is a low pressure, so that drives the emergency generator. Okay, so why the fault occurs? Now when generator 1 and generator 2 fails, the APU also fails, and here is no power supply in the system, so both the AC bus are faulty. So then the emergency generator comes into work. Okay, So that supplies 5 kilovolt ampere, 115 to 200 volt and 400 hertz. So let just see this thing. Normal generator gives us 90 kilovolt ampere, but this is giving 5 kilovolt ampere only. So it is a very weak generator basically. So it is giving 1/18th of the main power source. So it's a very lesser supply. So GCU basically controls the emergency generator. So to that, like that key, it is revolving in a very constant speed by the blue hydraulic system. Also by this it control the output voltage of the emergency generator, so that the emergency generator could not uh, pass the limiting voltage, okay, or the limiting current. Like that, it shouldn't give us 210 or 230 volt. That will be very dangerous for the systems. That will be very harmful for the system basically. So it protect the electrical network from falling down. Okay, so this is the thing. Now the static inverter. Okay, so I told you earlier what are the static inverter is DC to AC from bat 1. Okay, so battery 1 basically supplies to the static inverter system, but it only transform the DC to AC to a single phase basically. It doesn't transform to a three phase. So for AC essential bus basically, so it supplies only one phase, single phase actually. Okay, not a three phase. So this is enough to drive all the essential components in the aircraft. So it's applied to essential bus, not to AC bus 1. Okay, remember one thing, that this is not supplies to AC bus 1, that only supplies to AC essential bus only. Okay, so now there is a very interesting component about the static inverter I told you earlier. So when the aircraft speed is above 50 knot, so basically that is on the takeoff phase. Okay, so the aircraft speed is above the 50 knot, so that automatically activates and supply the to the AC essential bus basically, that powers the AC essential circuit also. Okay, no matter what is the position of the bat 1 and bat 2 push button. So here there is a picture actually. So you can see that the battery switches over here. So it will be either off or it is in the auto position. So battery switches are having two modes, one that is in off and second that is auto position. Okay, so when the battery push button, so when the aircraft is having a speed greater than 50 knots, okay, so then the static inverter automatically activates, no matter where the switch position is. It is off or it is auto, it doesn't matter. It will just supply to the electrical system. Okay. Now aircraft speed is basically below 50 knot. So that is, you can say, when the aircraft is on ground or on taxi. Okay. So that also only activate if the position is on auto. So if the position is off, so no supply will be there. Okay, so remember one thing, that static inverter is only uh, supplies the aircraft, the electrical system, when the switch is off. Then it is when it is grounded, and when the switch is auto position, then only it will supply. So what is the conclusion of this thing is key, the cold and dark startup, when the battery switches are auto, I told you earlier, so battery 1 will supply to the static inverter and the static inverter will supply the AC essential bus for running the essential components which runs on AC, and the battery 2 and battery 1 bus is connected to the DC essential bus which actually runs the essential components which runs on DC. So that actually enough to supply the essential components, and which will just actually necessary to start up the whole aircraft basically. So now these are the switches. Okay, so this is a very a little bit longer basically video will be, so I'm sorry for that, but it's a very huge topic to just uh, so now the battery bus. Okay, so these are the two battery switches are over here. Okay, this is the one battery switch, battery 2 switch. Okay, So this is the generator 1 switch and generator 2 switch. This is the IDG1 and IDG2, and this is the generator 1 and generator 2. Okay. So when the external power is available, we just switch on this external power switch, and that totally matlab powers the AC bus 1 and AC bus 2. Okay. So that feeds to the DC essential bus and DC2 bus through the TR1 and TR2, and this is the AC essential bus, AC essential bus, and this all about. Okay. Galley is basically used for galley switch is basically used for the galley powering. Okay, and the commercial switch is basically used for entertainment or like that things. Okay, so this is all about the system actually, and this is the whole description of the system that I have said earlier. Now coming to the DC generator. So DC currents are generated basically by three things: one, TR1 and TR2, the batteries, and the essential TR. As you can see, the TR1, the TR2, which converting AC to DC, and the essential TR, this thing. So only when the essential TR comes in when the emergency generator doesn't work. Okay, so emergency generator basically supplies the AC current, as I earlier said. So when it will supply the AC current, so that essential TR comes in and that supplied to the DC essential bus, and it itself directly supplied to AC essential bus when both the systems are fails. Okay, everything is failed, then the essential um, only the essential and emergency generator comes in. Okay, so TR, transformer rectifiers, that converts the DC AC current uh, from AC bus to DC and supply to the DC bus, that only supplies to 200 amperes. Okay, remember this thing that sometimes comes to the questions. Okay, batteries. So capacity of the battery is basically 23 ampere hour. Okay, so you have heard 2300 ampere, yeah, well 5600 milliampere hour basically for the mobile batteries. So it is like that, that is milliampere hour, and this is the ampere hour. Okay, so it is 1000 times more than that. Like, so permanent connection to the hot bus, basically it is over there. I am discussing the hot bus in just in a moment. Okay, so if the battery is off, then it also will supply to the hot bus. So there is another thing to remember, that is what is BCL. Sometimes it is questioned. So BCL basically battery charge limiters. Okay, so now the third thing is essential tier. Okay, when the generator and generator 2 or the APU fails, the emergency generator is running. So the AC current from the emergency generator is transformed to the DC. So TR and TR2 both fails also. Then also the essential TR comes in to the picture actually. So now the last topic, that is hot bus. Okay, it is the only bus or the portion of the electrical system which never remember this word, that is never have a lack of electricity. It always powered by bat 1 and bat 2. Okay, so what is the use of hot bus and hot bus 2? Okay, so most electrical essential components, okay, which needs electric supply, uh, after that aircraft is totally off. Okay, so that is totally connected to the hot bus. Okay, so that also discharges the battery as well, but it takes power from the hot bus. Okay, so this is all about the electrical system. So thanks for watching guys. I hope you like this video. This is a very lengthier video actually. I'm sorry I cannot short it very well, but I have discussed it in a very brief manner. So thanks for watching guys. I hope you like this video. Thanks a lot.